A very good evening to you. Thank you so very much for joining us on our major news tonight. My name is Best Orito. We'll begin now from the Palace of the Oba of Benin. The Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Oba II CFR, today marked his 7th coronation anniversary at the palace. The ceremony attracted prominent Edo sons and daughters, including the Benin royal family, palace chiefs, Edionwe, Okao, Ohen, and others who came to felicitate with the Oba of Benin. The Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Blessing Agbebaku, led members of the House to pay homage to the Oba. Details of this report will be brought to you tomorrow. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has met with resident electoral commissioners and other senior officers of the command to deliberate further on issues bordering on the governorship elections scheduled to hold in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states. BeeTv News correspondent Naomi Omasho reports that Chairman of the Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, highlighted the level of preparation so far recorded by the Commission.
This is one of the several meetings organized by the Commission to brainstorm and address last-minute challenges. However, having appreciated the resident electoral commissioners and other officers, the chairman gives an update on the 2023 general election.
You may recall that we met in July this year to review the conduct of the last general election, followed by a retreat in Lagos. Our reports for both the 2023 general election and the outcome of our review of the same election are being finalized. Let me once again appreciate you for the hard work, more so that the conduct of elections and electoral activities in Nigeria does not end with the general election.
On the 3 off-cycle election, Professor Yakubu have this to say.
In the next 3 weeks, off-cycle governorship elections will be held in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states. The 3 elections will involve 5.4 million registered voters that will vote in 10,510 polling units spread across 649 electoral wards in 56 local government areas. So far, all non-sensitive materials for the election have been delivered to the 3 states.
Once again, the Commission's chairman gives assurance on mode of transmission of results on the elections.
Valuable lessons have been learned from the 2023 general election for improved performance in the forthcoming elections. Last week, we concluded a mock accreditation involving actual voters in designated polling units in the 3 states. We had 2 objectives for the exercise. First, to test the efficacy of the bimodal voter accreditation system, the BEVAS, for especially biometric authentication of voters. Secondly, to upload the result to the INEC Result Viewing Portal, IREV. Both tests were successful. We look forward to improved performance of the BEVAS in voter accreditation and result upload in the forthcoming elections. While we are leaving no stone unturned in other areas of preparations for the governorship election, the Commission plans to deploy a total of 46,084 regular and ad hoc staff for the election.
The off-cycle governorship election will hold in Imo, Kogi, and Bayelsa states. Naomi Omasho, reporting for BeeTv News.
A former governor of Nasarawa State, Senator Tanko Makura, has pleaded with Nigerians to be patient with President Bola Tinubu in the midst of the ongoing hardship in the country. Senator Makura, who represented Nasarawa South Senatorial District in the 9th Senate, made the plea while speaking with journalists after meeting behind closed door with the president. the report. Feeding questions from State House correspondents, the former governor of Nasarawa State, Senator Tanko A. Makura, said he seized the opportunity to congratulate President Tinubu while praising his efforts for the great work he's doing and the hard decisions he has to take in order to move the country forward. He urged Nigerians to be patient that sooner than later, the vision and policies of the present administration will look positively on Nigerians.
I had a very wonderful discussion with him, and given his disposition and vision towards making this country great, I have seen the real agenda, renewed hope agenda, as something that will change the scheme of things for the better for this country, especially in the areas of security, economic development, and already we can start seeing how sustainable growth and sustainability is being achieved. If you look at the area of security, you see that a lot of efforts are being made to calm the fears of Nigerians.
He also expressed optimism that the vision and policies of Tinubu's administration will have a positive impact on Nigerians in the nearest future. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News. Some members of Edo State Civil Society Organization have called on the Inspector General of Police to deploy his men to conduct thorough investigation into the arrest of one of its members, Emmanuel Agbogun, over alleged murder. The group said Comrade Agbogun was unlawfully arrested for an offense he knew nothing about. Addressing journalists at the Secretariat of the Civil Society Organization in Benin City, the Edo State capital, President of the Talakawa Parliament, Comrade Mazis Kola Edokpayi, raised concern over the manner at which one of their members, Comrade Emmanuel Agbogun, who has always been a strong advocate of truth and equity, was accused of murder and arrested by the police. He said they suspected a foul play in his arrest and called for a thorough investigation.
One of the policemen, specifically the OC, anti-vax, stated that Comrade Emmanuel Agbogun was his suspect, sequel to the murder of the former chairman of the same Ubiaza community. I want to use this medium to appeal to the judge, a co-worshipper in the temple of justice, to take cognizance of the facts in issue and grant bail in favor of our own comrade Emmanuel Agbogun, who is an innocent person.
Other members of the group called on all relevant authorities to intervene, as the issue was more about prosecution of civil society members for speaking truth to power at all times. They also revealed that the arrested member was far away in Port Harcourt, River State, when the said murder case happened at Ubiaza community, and also queried why someone who is not around at the time of crime could be arrested for such alleged crime.
Emmanuel Agbogun should be released, and failure to do so will give 14 days ultimatum to the authority to do the needful. We have heard the DPP, the governor of Edo State, and you need not to call on the IG of the police, because since he came, he had demonstrated that he's trying to practice 21st century policing. We want to see it in Edo State.
I don't know whether someone in Port Harcourt can be in Port Harcourt and kill somebody in Benin here in Edo State. As at the time of that murder, though we want to say we sympathize with the victim family, may his soul rest in peace, in as much as we are not supporting murder, the case should be thoroughly investigated and the culprits brought to book, and not punishing somebody because of hatred.
The civil society organization members are hoping that justice would be done. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News. The legal battle to unseat President Bola Tinubu will continue at the Supreme Court on Monday next week, as the Apex Court has listed for hearing the election petition appeal filed by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the People's Democratic Party standard bearer in the February presidential poll. The Supreme Court Registrar Zainab Garba, in a notice issued to the parties on Thursday, disclosed that the hearing proceedings in Atiku's appeal would take place before the Supreme Court sitting in Abuja on October 23. BeeTv News, Mercy Adams has details.
The Supreme Court Director of Information, Dr. Festus Akinde, also confirmed that Atiku's election appeal had been slated for hearing on Monday. The notification came as the House of Representatives expressed worries over the workload on the Apex Court. The Apex Court currently has 11 judges, short of required 21 stipulated by Section 230 of the 1999 Constitution. The Green Chamber resolved to call on the federal government to appoint new judges for the Supreme Court to ensure effective justice delivery in the country. The resolution of the House followed a motion of urgent public importance moved by Patrick Umar, the lawmaker representing High Court Ekpene Federal Constituency, Akwa Ibom State. In the motion tagged urgent need for the federal government to appoint new justice to the Supreme Court to ensure and expenditures and effective justice delivery in the country, Umar noted that the Supreme Court of Nigeria is the apex court in the country with the jurisdiction to hear and determine causes and matters across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Its resolution, the House urged the federal government to appoint 9 new judges to the Supreme Court in order to expedite the hearing and determination of matters for effective and efficient justice delivery in Nigeria. It also mandated its communities on federal judiciary to ensure compliance with the resolution. Umar had before the House resolution observed that the current number of justices of the Apex Court had dropped to an all-time low of 11 justices, making it 10 justices short of its full complement of the 21 justices as stipulated by the Constitution. The lawmaker said the House load of the Supreme is much, especially as the Supreme Court in this is post-election season, where the court has to hear and determine electoral matters from different parts of the country within a short period of time as mandated by the Constitution. Atiku, who came second in the election, had approached the Presidential Election Tribunal to nullify the February 25 election in which the Independent National Electoral Commission declared Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress the winner. The tribunal, however, dismissed the petitions filed by Atiku and Obi for lacking in merit and unanimously upheld Tinubu's electoral victory. Dissatisfied with the verdict of the lower courts, Atiku and Obi appealed the verdict at the Supreme Court. In his 35 grounds of appeal filed by his lead counsel, Chris Uche San, former Vice President Atiku faulted the tribunal's ruling on electronic transmission of results, Tinubu's qualification for the election, Federal Capital Territory votes, among others. Praised the Apex Court to set aside the judgment of the lower courts. In his quest to overturn Tinubu's election, the PDP candidate also sought the Supreme Court's permission to file the president's academic record obtained from his alma mater, Chicago State University, as fresh and additional evidence to support his appeal challenging the outcome of the disputed poll. The former vice president, in his application filed on October 5, was seeking the court not to present a disposition of a deposition on oath of the CSU registrar, Caleb Westbrook, concerning Tinubu's academic records. The applicant had questioned the authenticity of the president's CSU certificate submitted to the INEC, alleging forgery of the documents, arguing that he was not qualified to contest the election. The lead counsel to the president, Wole Olanipekun, disclosed that Tinubu's legal team had been notified about the hearing of the appeals by the Apex Court. He had earlier said that they had filed all the papers that they needed to file on behalf of their clients. On the expectation of his team, the senior advocate urged Nigerians to wait for the outcome of the appeal. Mercy Adams reporting for BeeTv News.
Residents of Edo Central Senatorial District have commended the immediate past senator representing the district, Senator Clifford Odia, for lighting up various communities in the district. The resident gave the commendation against the background of the ongoing installation of solar street lights in different communities in Eastern Central local government area of Edo State. The report. Nightlife has returned to Idumebo community Irua, as well as Ira Specialist Teaching Hospital, Palace Road, all in Esa Central local government area, facilitated by the immediate past senator representing Edo Central Senatorial District, Engineer Clifford Odia. Others are the completion of Idugele community, Ewu, Odogbe Road, popularly known as Club Wave, and ongoing construction of Jehovah's Witness Road, Usugbenu, with solar power street light installed. The Opoji Road, which was formerly constructed by the senator with side drains, also benefited from the Light Up Revolution scheme of Senator Clifford Odia. Iduma B community, also in Eastern Central local government, and Iduma Boha Palace Road, Egware Road, and Market Roads were also part of the areas that has been lit, just as the Senator Clifford Odia street light installation also got to our core community.
We are happy, we are seeing lights now. The light is very shiny, the night. Here is like a city now. Before here was like a bushy part, and now really appreciate everything that he has done for us. I really want to thank him, our Senator Odia. He has done road, he has also renovated schools, and everything that is within Eastern Central, everything has been improving.
This place was abandoned area for many years ago. It's a no-go area. And we thank God for the life of Odia, the way that he brought everything to this place. This place was a abandoned area, no road, no light, nothing.
When I saw the people doing these street lights, I'm very pleased with it. Say, very soon our road will be like Obodo Yibo Road. The road safe, I heard that before, it's not motorable. It was somehow. People didn't want to pass this area, but by the time I came to this environment, I see that it's a good work they did here. Job well done.
The installation of the solar street light was still ongoing in different locations as the contractor handled the project and workmen were busy in lighting up the areas. Some residents in an interview with BeeTv said Senator Clifford Odia is one man that is truly fit to be a governor of the state. They said if given the opportunity, he can replicate his achievements at the senatorial level to the whole of the 18 local government areas of Edo State. They called on him to consider contesting the 2024 governorship election.
He can be our governor. After all, those ones there, they said they are our governor since we have not been seeing what they are doing. So if he go there, if he can go as a senator and he did road, brought light, bring life to the youth, distribute keke to them, introduce people into poultry business, empower them for business, give them sewing machine, give them engine. I believe once he get there, even if he's not able to do everything, but he must make a standard for his community and for the people that sent him there.
And we thank God for this great man, Corporate Odia. God will empower him and God will bless him. For the governor, he already reached there now, he will win.
He has done so well for this community. Yeah. He did this road, he even brought street lights for us. And I know he's going to do more if he's the governor.
Imagine someone that brought light to a village and rehabilitation of road. Just imagine that. If he's a governor, what will he do? He will do more.
He can even do better than the governor. Why? Because of the things, the road, he gave us road, gave us some other things like that. Even the primary school, my former school I attended, Dewu Grammar School, he built the school for us there, and he's trying.
Different projects he has been doing, so he can capable to be a governor of this state.
Senator Clifford Odia last week trained and empowered over 500 people from across the district with the sum of 100,000 naira given to each of them. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News. The member representing Orion their federal constituency of the Federal House of Representatives, Chief Billy Osawa, who has visited Ozala community in response to the outcry of the community leaders to rejuvenate and facilitate the construction of the dilapidated block of Osaitin Primary School, Zala, and also to inform the others of his plans to embark on other essential projects in Uhunde local government area. BeeTv News, Mercy Adams has the report.
The visit by Chief Dr. Billy Osawaro to Uzala community in Uhunde local government area was occasioned by a viral video on social media of the learning conditions of the children of Osareti Primary School, as the school was in a very bad state of the primary school, which has now forced the relocation of the pupils to learn at a different residence owned by an individual.
Have located their children to the population reduced drastically because the parents, they took their children to a private school.
Speaking to the news crew, Dr. Osawaro said he was moved by what he saw online, that he has to take action to help the community since they are a part of his constituency. He said the reason he came to the community is to ensure that the children have access to good learning conditions, and promised to embark on the project of reconstructing the primary school and also aid the people of Uhunde Orionwo to have access to other basic infrastructure.
We are here, to find solutions. We don't, this age and time, to have our children learn under this condition is unacceptable. So I came from Abuja because these are some of the projects, we would like to really embark on, to see that at least every child in Uhunde and Orionwo local government has a good education. Part of having that good education include the environment in which they are learning.
The APC party chairman, Nwonde Osawe Osaiyare, and others said they have confidence in the ability of Chief Billy Osawaro to meet the yearnings of the people, hence his prompt visit to Uzala.
We saw over the social media a few days ago the outcry of some of the indigenes and the students of this place. And I placed call across to my honorable representative in Uhunde and Orionwo, Dr. Chief Billy Osawaro, and he responded immediately. Today he's here to see for himself, and I believe that he's going to respond positively.
But finding a way out of this phenomenon is exactly the reason he's here. And getting here now, the community has even expanded the frontiers. They've said beyond the school, they need a secondary school. Beyond this primary school, they need a health center. They need their road to be fixed. So in all of this, Chief Billy will find a way to key in.
Him being a man of the people, decided to come around to come and see how we can help out of this situation. That is the reason why we are here, because his campaign promises is to make sure that he listens to the cry of the people.
One of the leaders of Zala community, Eherenayamu Enoma, Favorite, who on behalf of the community thanked Chief Billy Osawaro for coming to their rescue and appealed to the government and other agencies, including NGOs, to come to their aid to the facilitation basic infrastructure such as electricity and motorable routes.
We are inviting government because of what really happened in our primary school, Osaitin Primary School, Zala. And this is the primary school, personally, myself, I attended this primary school in the 80s. But to my greatest surprise now, our children, it's an eyesore. So this kind of project, we will not allow our children to be inside.
With the visit by Chief Dr. Billy Osawaro, there is a glimpse of hope now for the children of Osareti Primary School, Uzala community, Uhunde local government area. Mercy Adams reporting for BeeTv News.
The new EFCC chairman, Olukayode, has said that the anti-graft war and corruption will begin from the Nigerian Senate. The pronouncement was made during the screening session before members of the House of Senate in Abuja, while the Senate vowed to review the act establishing the EFCC. This development has started eliciting different reactions from members of the public. BeeTv News, Mercy Adams has the report.
The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, is saddled with the responsibility of fighting financial corruption and crimes perpetrated by anyone in the country because no one is above the law. The recent declaration by its new chairman, Mr. Olukayode, that the fight against financial corruption will start from the Senate is a welcome development, as some respondents have said.
I think it's a welcome development. If we must begin from the top. And we have seen over the years how the issue of financial corruption has gone up, and nobody is being held responsible.
Based on what the EFCC chairman has said, so I believe maybe we'll be a man of his words. So we know the level of corruption we have in this country and the way the country has been going. So there is a great aspiration in the land, and there is high expectation.
However, most people maintain the view that the new chairman will not do anything different from the former and that it is a propaganda.
I don't think he can penetrate that National Assembly. He doesn't have the might. He doesn't. The National Assembly is bigger than him. They will quack him. Before you know what's happening, they will put allegations on top of his head. This is not this country we are in.
Say you want to find someone that appoint you, how possible is that? We have seen that in the previous regime, where President Buhari said he's going to fight corruption. And we end up, the people that are the instrument to fight corruption, they are the same people that were corrupt.
Meanwhile, some respondents agreed that reviewing the EFCC Act as vowed by the Senate will help strengthen the anti-graft agency and make it an unbiased body.
The proposed plan by the Senate is a welcome development. When it is done, the EFCC will not be used to witch hunt maybe opposition or enemies in the system. But if it is being done, it should be done properly, so that it will not be a thing that a particular people just buy them to be using it against other people.
Hold the contrary opinion that a reviewing of the EFCC Act will not check corruption and only be used as a hunt dog on others.
Decision by the 10th Senate, some may say it's a good development, while some may say it is not. For me, it's the acts, reviewing the acts may likely favor them. They may do it in a way because some of them have corruption allegations before them. And as such, the acts, if reviewed, may have a clause where it will favor those among them that have corruption allegation.
The National Assembly, as a matter of fact, has the power to amend, if possible, review the Act, because the Act itself is a legislative creation. However, sir, as to whether the said review or amendment is going to be in the interest or in the spirit and letters of that Act. Because basically, if you look at the EFCC Act, it is majorly created or enacted to fight anti-graft agency. But you see, Nigeria is a country where anything flies, and there are times the purpose of an act will be deviated to other things. If you look at the operations of the EFCC, although they claim to have been fighting corruption, but the corruption they are fighting is not to the rich class, but rather they are going after those whom they feel are not working for the interest of a political party, one political party or the other.
The respondent said, as an anti-graft agency, the EFCC should not be a fear of any face or personality as it embarks on its mission to fight corruption in the state. Naomi Omasho reporting for BeeTv News.
That report was actually taken by Naomi Omasho. The annual Youth Symposium of the Labour Party, Edo State Youth Wing, held today in Benin City. According to the organizers, October 20 was chosen so as to remember those who lost their lives 3 years ago in the Lekki massacre during the EndSARS protest. Dignitaries and others were present at the ceremony as they sensitized the youth about their role in governance and also awarded outstanding youth in politics. BeeTv News' Naomi Marshall again has the report.
In a welcome address, the chief host and the organizer of the symposium, who is also the Edo State Youth Leader of Labour Party, Comrade Ken Omosu, said the program was to sensitize the youth on the need for them to be fully involved in politics, noting that they are tired of the labelled names that have been given to youth over time.
If you are a male and you are properly dressed, you are a young boy. If you are riding on a good car, oh, na young boy, na street boy. If you are a female and you are properly dressed and looking good, now hip-hop game, now Rosby. That's the name our leaders have given to we the youth. All because they wanted us to be eating for the crumbs that fell from the mouths of them and their children.
The keynote speaker, who is also the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, Honorable Tanko Yunusa, said youth are not given the opportunity to get involved in governance, saying that the educational sector is poor. Even the female youth are completely neglected. He said no one is born a good citizen, but a nation can build a good citizen. He advised the youth against certificate forgery, saying that in no distance time, the youth of this country will be taking over the politics through the due process.
Encourage the Nigerian youth, especially those from Edo State, and telling them the rudiment of what election entails, what their contribution will be for national development. And I found out that they have the energy, they have the dexterity, and they are willing to give all of their best to ensure that we have a better Edo State and at the same time a better Nigerian.
The second keynote speaker on National Youth Council, Prince Kennedy Ahanusu, spoke on the need for youth to be more involved in good governance by voting for youths like them, noting that Nigeria needs to be driven by youth and not by aged men.
The theme of this year's edition is the role of the youth in governance. So we've been able to encourage them to participate, to be involved, to engage the system, and not to relent, and to take part in political party administration.
Awards were given to outstanding youths in politics. Honorable Edosa Richard Osaro, member representing Oredo West constituency, and others.
Of the Labour Party youth wing, Edo State Labour Party, I'm privileged to be presenting this award of outstanding youth in politics, presented to you, our honorable member, Honorable Dr. Edosa Osaro Richard, member, Edo State House of Assembly. Congratulations.
The theme for this year's Labour Party Youth Symposium is Reshaping Edo, the Role of Youth in Good Governance. Naomi Marshall reporting for BeeTv News.
Some youths today went on a peaceful protest to mark the third-year memorial of the EndSARS protest at Lekki Tollgate in Lagos State. The Lagos State Commissioner of Police, Idowu Owo-Hunwa, and his men were on the ground to ensure that the protest was peaceful.
It came around on procession, and so far they've been working within our understanding of how it should be. And what is that understanding? As a citizen, you of course reserve your right to exercise your freedom franchise. We'll protect it, we'll respect it, and we'll do it in such a way that in the course of exercising that, the group members are not also exposed to any form of danger. That is what we owe them, and that is what we have done. But then, we also made it clear that for the overriding public interest, we will also not allow a situation where those groups conduct themselves in a manner that will put the interest, the security, the peace around Lekki and environs and across the state into jeopardy. We also owe the state the responsibility to guarantee their safety. So we are trying to strike a balance, and so far so good.
The EndSARS protest was a public outcry for an end to police brutality, extrajudicial killings, extortion and abuse of power, especially by officers of the defunct Special Anti-Robbery Squad, SARS. You're still watching the BeeTv News tonight. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, receives the National Woman Leader of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Mrs. Dele Alile. Stay tuned. Just 7 years on the throne, your reign has brought enormous blessings to the people, Your Royal Majesty. Omonoba Nedu Ukwu Akpolokpolo AY II. I, Right Honorable Dr. Omoyegi Ogbede-Hama, immediate past member representing Wedo Federal Constituency, salutes the Oba's pragmatic efforts and innate diplomatic acumen in promoting, projecting, and sustaining the Benin-rich culture, especially with the resuscitation of the Emoro Festival, which had almost gone into extinct. As a proud son of the kingdom, I want to appreciate Your Majesty for upholding the rich tradition of Edo people. We have experienced peace and harmony since you were crowned as the 40th Oba of Benin. Your Royal Majesty, your proclivity of giving to the people without discriminating and demonstrating love without expecting returns is one of those things that endears you to your subjects. Your Royal Majesty, as you celebrate your coronation anniversary and birthday, I pray for more grace and strength for you to keep contributing to the peace and tranquility of Edo State in particular and Nigeria in general. May you live long, Your Majesty. Oba Ratokbe Ise. Signed, Right Honorable Dr. Omoyegi Ogbede-Hama, immediate past member representing Wedo Federal Constituency, 8th and 9th National Assembly. I wholeheartedly congratulate you, Our Royal Majesty and King, Oba AY II CFRO, on your 7th year anniversary since your ascension to the highly revered royal throne of your forefathers. Your reign has brought enormous blessings to all our people and a new sense of direction that is propelling the state to greater heights. I, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawao, member representing the good people of Orioman Hunde Federal Constituency and the Oba Zuhunwa of Benin, salute your courageous and visionary leadership style, my king. Your Royal Majesty, as Benin's at home and in the diaspora and Nigerians in general celebrate your divine reign, which also coincides with your birthday, I, your humble servant, wish you excellent health in your commitment to a peaceful and more prosperous Edo State. Long may you live. Oba Ratokbe Ise. Signed, Honorable Chief Dr. Billy Osawao, member representing Oriomo and Hunde Federal Constituency.
Congratulations and celebrations. Want to know when to love with you.
Happy 7th year coronation anniversary to His Royal Majesty Oba AY II CFRO, Oba of Benin. Your Majesty, the saying that when the righteous rule, the people rejoice has actually played out in your case since the last 7 years, when you ascended the revered throne of your forefathers. Your Majesty, you are a richly bestowed man, dressed in a fragrant regalia that befits the first-class traditional ruler seated on the ivory tower palace, bringing prosperity, happiness, and peace to the people. That is what you are. Your Royal Majesty, Omonoba Nedu Ukwu Akpolokpolo AY II. I, Senator Clifford Ahimemona Odia, immediate past senator representing Edo Central Senatorial District, pray that may you live long than your forebears, to wear the royal crown longer, and may you put on the royal shoes for long. May you have multiple horse stays in the palace. Your Majesty, may you have peace and good health. As you celebrate your birthday and coronation anniversary, Your Majesty, may happiness never depart from you and your household. Once again, congratulations, Your Majesty. Signed, Senator Engineer Clifford Odia, Senator representing Edo Central Senatorial District, 8th and 9th National Assembly. The First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has advised women in both elective and appointed positions to extend a hand of fellowship and sisterhood to other women. She also urged them to give adequate and proper representation to the people. The First Lady was speaking while she received in audience the APC National Woman Leader, Dr. Mary Idele Alile, and the Deputy National Woman Leader, Hajja Zainab Ibrahim. BeeTv News, Rebecca Groffy has details.
While congratulating the APC National Woman Leader, Dr. Mrs. Mary Idele Alile, her deputy and others on their emergence, Senator Oluremi Tinubu pointed out that the task ahead of them both is enormous, as women play a vital role in politics. In her remarks, the APC National Woman Leader, Dr. Mary Alile Idele, appealed for more representation, saying that women have a lot to give, especially in assuring the people of a better nation.
We would like to seek to have more access to programs that will benefit women. We would like to seek to have more access to programs that will benefit not only women in the city, but also women in the rural areas. So we want to be seen to have projects that will benefit them in the rural area. We want to see to be able to do that in order for us to win more seats, more APC states. We want more APC states in Nigeria. I know by now we have about 20 states, but there's nothing stopping us from having 36 if possible, if we can have that. So we want to be able to make sure that our women that are in the villages, that they are aware of what we are doing, that we can use them in order to continue to reach the young women, the young men in our society. Another thing that is very that we have talked about as a wing of the APC, women wing, we want to see how we can get in more young girls into politics. Now, this is something we are aware of, the 35% affirmation that we are seeking for women. But again, if we don't have the people, the girls, the ladies to hand over the mantle to the next generation, how do we bring them on board? How do we mentor them? How do we ensure that this next generation, they are interested in politics? We want to have avenue where we can remove the stigmatization of women in politics in Nigeria.
The APC National Woman Leader and her deputy presented a plaque of appreciation to the First Lady on behalf of other APC women. Rebecca Goffey reporting for BeeTv News.
The matriculation and oath-taking ceremony for the 2022 academic section of the University of Benin has been held. The ceremony attracted parents and well-wishers of the students. BeeTv News Praise Irabo reports that 9,264 students matriculated. The report by Praise Irabo is presented by Gloria Afajabe.
The matriculation ceremony for the new undergraduate students for the 2022-2023 academic section, which was held at the Akindenko Auditorium, University of Benin, had 9,264 students who took matriculation oaths. The event was graced by the management of the institution, matriculating students, including their parents and loved ones. The lecturers, Dr. Ojaga and Professor Ibadi, who spoke with BeeTv News crew, said it is important for the students to know the reason why they are in school. They urged them to also make the best of the conducive and peaceful academic environments of the university as they strive to excel in their respective fields of study and associate with students who can influence their focus because they have all shades of character in the school, saying they should exhibit a good reading culture.
To come in and then understand the tradition in an academic environment. So they are freshers. And so we advise that, particularly advise the students, the new students, to come in and get determined to be scholars. They have to work very hard. They have to study very hard. And of course, they should know the focus, why they are here.
But it's important for them to have first the reason why they are here. It is not the pomp and pleasantries that is important. There is need for them to be focused. Most of them don't even know that they have permanent interest and not permanent friend. Who should be your friend now should be somebody you can liaise with, you can learn from.
Some parents said that they are proud and happy that their children were admitted into the prestigious University of Benin.
I feel so excited, I feel so happy, to witness today in my son's life. It's not really easy. You understand? I'm so grateful to God for seeing him through.
It's a thing of joy that after many years of bringing her up especially, and like today wearing a gown that identify her as a bona fide student of the great Uniben. So she has all the opportunity and the joy, and I'm so joyous with her that today is her day. And I thank God for keeping me alive to see this very day.
Because my daughter is doing matric today, I was very excited, very grateful. I'm so happy. This is my senior daughter. I'm so excited.
They should be focused. I know the purpose why they are being in school, and I pray that God should separate them from destiny truncators and they should fulfill destiny in Jesus' name.
On their part, some of the students said that they are proud of themselves because not all of their classmates who wrote JAMB and pursued TME together made it, saying that their aim is to be focused and make a first-class degree.
I'm happy. I'm grateful because many of my mates, they didn't pass JAMB, many they didn't pass TME, but yeah, I'm quite well excited that finally, we're in the university. We give all glory to God. By God's grace, He'll be keeping me up and high. As we study, God's going to keep helping me to be excellent in all I'm doing. And by God's grace, the highest GPAs.
Always ensure to study that, and don't ever say that first class is something that is difficult. Always put first class as something that is very easy. Just study and you will surely get it.
Today is a day that has been expected by me before, so I feel happy today. So that is it. I feel happy and then give glory to God for this.
The event was colorful. Gloria Afajigbe reporting for BeeTv News.
The third edition of the Betsy Obaseki football tournament for women is set to kick off next week. Details of these and more when we return, of course, we'll bring you up to speed with happenings in the business sector, and of course, entertainment. Stay with us.
The leadership of Edo State chapter of the All Progressive Congress rejoice with you, our great Oba, Omonoba Nedo Okwakwolokporo, Ewari II Ogidigan. Your Royal Majesty, we understand that the palace has remained neutral in the political affairs of the state, but we cherish your impeccable advice to all politicians, irrespective of the political divide. For us as the APC, we are grateful for the role you have played in ensuring political stability and accepting all politicians in the state as your children. Your Royal Majesty, as you mark this double celebration of your 7th coronation anniversary and birthday, we wish you a merry celebration in good health, soundness of mind and peace. May you live long. May God Almighty and our ancestors guide and protect you and members of the royal family. Once again, congratulations. Oba Atokpe is signed Engineer Lawrence Oka, APC State Secretary, Edo State.
It is my pleasure, honor, and privilege to join millions of Edo people to celebrate the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedo Okwakwolokporo Ewai II, on the occasion of your coronation anniversary. I, Honorable John Yakubu, former chairman, Esa North East Local Government Area, say a big congratulations on the double celebration of the Oba as you mark yet another birthday and coronation anniversary. Let me congratulate His Royal Majesty for using his position to promote peace among the various ethnic nationalities in the country. Omonoba Nedo Okwakwolokporo Ewai II, you are a vibrant, visionary, and progressive monarch who has always been at the forefront of the quest for a just society where there is justice, equity, and fairness. You are a peace ambassador and a bridge builder, as you have always used your God-given wisdom, diplomacy, tact, and humility to contribute to the peaceful resolution of various issues. As you celebrate your 7th coronation anniversary and birthday, I pray God to grant you long life, good health, peaceful and purposeful reign to continue to contribute meaningfully to national development, unity, and harmony of Edo people in Nigeria. Signed, Honorable John Yakubu, former chairman, Esa North East Local Government Area and PDP Governorship Aspirant 2024. A big congratulations to His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedu Kwakpolokpolo Ewai II on this year's coronation anniversary. I, Honorable Ernest Abegbe, Labour Party governorship aspirant, join your admirers and subjects to felicitate with you Omonoba Nedu Kwakpolokpolo Ewai II on your 7th coronation anniversary and birthday celebration. Your Majesty, I pray for more years of unmatched advancement and development with your continued reign on the throne of your ancestors. I celebrate and commend you, Your Majesty, for ensuring stability, peace, and progress in Edo since your reign. May God continue to grant you sound health, the vitality, and wisdom to enable you continue to lead the great kingdom. Once again, a hearty congratulations, Your Royal Majesty, Oba Ewai II CFRO, and long may you live. Signed, Honorable Ernest Usabonye Abegbe, Labour Party governorship aspirant 2024.
Canada has...
Thank you so very much for staying with us. And now to business news. Currency outside banks reached 2.35 trillion naira in September, representing a 6.0% month-on-month rise when compared to 2.29 trillion in August 2023. The Central Bank of Nigeria disclosed this today in its money and credit statistics data for September 2023. This reflects the impact of the implementation of the Supreme Court order that owed 200, 500 and 1,000 naira notes remains in circulation till December 31st, 2023. The implementation has also been reflected in currency in circulation, which stood at 2.76 trillion naira in September, increasing the month-on-month by 3.7% from 2.66 trillion in August. Recall that the part of the reasons for the federal government's redesigning of the naira was to mop up excess cash outside the banking system and rein in inflation. Meanwhile, the data showed that banks' credit to the private sector rose by month by 4.8% to 58.6 trillion naira in September from 55.97 trillion naira in August. And now to the foreign news. A U.S. Navy warship has intercepted missiles and drones launched from Yemen by the Iran-allied Houthi movement, the U.S. officials have said. The Pentagon spokesman said the missiles had been launched potentially towards targets in Israel. In East for activity by Iran-backed groups as Israel continues to attack. Let's now join Gopi on the global news segment.
Canada has withdrawn 41 diplomats from India following a dispute over the murder of a Sikh separatist leader on Canadian soil. India had requested the withdrawal of these diplomats 2 weeks ago and threatened to strip them of their diplomatic immunity if they stayed. Canadian officials have criticized this move as a violation of international law. The tension escalated after Canada accused India of involvement in the killing of Hardeep Singh Nijjar on June 18, a claim that India vehemently denies. Canada's Foreign Minister Melanie Joly confirmed the departure of the diplomats and their dependents from India, noting that India intends to unilaterally remove immunity from all but 21 diplomats by October 20th. Meanwhile, a series of bomb threats in France has led to the arrest of at least 18 individuals, primarily minors. The targets included prominent landmarks like the Palace of Versailles and the Louvre, as well as schools, airports, and hospitals. The wave of threats add to the existing tension in France following a recent fatal stabbing of a teacher in Arras. Joseph Félix Badiou, a former Justice Ministry official suspected of orchestrating the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse, has been apprehended by Haitian police. Badiou was captured in Port-au-Prince as he was leaving a supermarket park. And that's it on the Global News segment for tonight. Thanks so very much for watching. I am Rebecca Goffey.
Edo State First Lady Mrs. Bessie Obaseki has said the Bessie Obaseki Women Football Tournament has continued to receive increased private sector sponsorship, which will ensure that the tournament is sustained beyond 2024. She noted that since the tournament's inception, it has kept pushing for the development of young girls in Nigeria using football as a platform. The First Lady of Edo State said these are the draw of the third edition of the Betsy Obaseki Women Football Tournament themed Edo Gender-Based Violence, held at the Presidential Wing in Government House, Benin City. BeeTv sports correspondent Uyi Lambert has the report.
The official mascot and theme song for the third edition of the annual Betsy Obaseki Women Football Tournament, which will commence on Monday, October 23, 2023, with 13 female teams battling for preseason glory, was unveiled. In the draw, Edo Queens, Niger Rattles, Remo Stars are drawn in Group A, Nasarawa Amazons, Bayelsa Queens, Confluence Queens are in Group B, FC Robo, Fortress FC, Heartland Queens, Rivers Angel falls into Group C, while Delta Queens, Ekiti Queens, and Oshun Babes FC are in Group D. Mrs. Obaseki noted that since its first edition, the tournament has continued to grow and the organizers have kept to the promise of ensuring standard and world-class recognition, adding that the BOWFT has been recognized by FIFA, the World Football Governing Body. She said the tournament is private section driven and it has nothing to do with the Edo State government, as the tournament will continue to be held even after Governor Obaseki leaves office. Mr. Obaseki said most of the clubs participating in the preseason tournament play in the top female league in Nigeria, except two others who are amateur teams from Edo State brought in to be groomed, trained, and exposed. She added that the governor has fought to eradicate human trafficking and illegal migration in the state, and the tournament has added value to that fight, and today Edo State, which used to be #1, is nowhere near #10.
It's all geared towards creating a pathway for young girls and women in Edo State and in Nigeria to carving a career for themselves, a noble, rewarding, dignifying career, as opposed to what we experienced in our state and in our country in the past years of our young people being trafficked out of the state and the country. With the intervention of the governor since he came on board fighting human trafficking, and with our own little support with this tournament, we have seen that Edo, which used to be #1 in human trafficking worldwide, we are now nowhere near #10. This year, we're tackling gender-based violence. It's been on the front burner in the country since COVID, since the Nigerian governor's wives came together, formed a coalition to fight gender-based violence. So it's a problem we still have so rife in our states and across the country, and all of these things disturb our young girls. So anything we find that affects the progress and development of young people in this country, we will take up every year and fight it.
Another activities lined up for the tournament is a seminar on the side where speakers will discuss issues affecting the girl child. Betsy Obaseki, who received a trophy won by Edo Queens at the 6th edition of the Shiro's Cup organized by Rattle Sport Development Foundation, Abuja, rewarded the female team with 1 million naira, charging them to ensure that they win the 3rd edition of the BOWFT in Benin City. Guests at the event include sports editors from media houses across the nation, Executive Chairman Edo State Sports Commission Yusuf Ali, former Chairman Edo State Football Association Frank Elaboya, amongst others. Uyi Lambert reporting for BeeTv News.
Popular comedian and activist Adebowale Adebayo, better known as Mr. Macaroni, has called for the release of NSAS protesters who are still languishing in detention 3 years after the mass protest. Mr. Macaroni spoke in Lagos on Friday while leading a peace walk to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of the Lekki shooting, the tragic event that led to the end of the NSAS protest. Mercy Adams is standing by to bring us to speed with all the reports in the entertainment segment.
Lupita Nyong'o and her boyfriend Selima Masakila have ended their relationship after approximately 1 year together. Lupita shared the news on her Instagram without explicitly naming her former partner, expressing that she needed to reveal this personal truth publicly and distance herself from someone she can no longer. In her heartfelt post, Lupita addressed the recent heartbreak she has been enduring due to a love that was suddenly and devastatingly extinguished by deception. She admitted that her heartache has brought her to a season of vulnerability and pain. In a post on X, formerly as Twitter, Venita Bofure shared the official teaser revealing Amara as a character in the upcoming new movie about love, heartbreak, betrayal, and infidelity. From the clip released, she's set to play the villain in the story who wreaks havoc in the life of a loving couple. Written and directed by Ben Nwokike, Insecure features a couple locked in an entangling situation, starting off as lovers and then ending up as enemies down the line. In the teaser, the character played by Efe Angwera and Beverly Naya go from being what looks like madly in love couple to people as each other's truths. Following the tweet made by Akpofure and the producers, Insecure is expected to debut early next year. The cast includes Adeloye, Dami Bawo, Daniel Eboa, and more.
This year's MTV Europe Music Awards nominees.
The 2023 MVP Europe Music Awards will no longer be held due to the ongoing conflict between the State of Israel and Palestine. The announcement was made by the EMAS on October 19, 2023 in a press release that stated that the decision to cancel the 2023 edition was taken to protest thousands of employees, crew, members, artists, fans, and partners who will be traveling from all corners of the world to begin the show, to bring the show to life. The 2023 EMAS, which was scheduled for Paris on November 5, 2023, was set to be a heroic one as it would be the first time the Afrobeat category would be awarded. Nigerian superstars like Asake, Ayesta, Burna Boy, Davido, and Verma were nominated for the award alongside Malian boy French singer Aya Nakamura. The EMAS will return in 2024 at the Paris Nerd in France. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Over now to Best Orator for the concluding part of the news. I am Mercy Adams. Good night.
All right, I want to thank you so very much for being a part of our news tonight. Thank you once again. My name is Best Orator. From all of us, it's good night.